informing you. Now, thousands of Makueni County patients continue to undergo mental torture due to a health crisis caused by clinical officers' strike.
Over 200 clinical officers are still on strike for the third month now, and there is no hope of the industrial action being resolved. The
striking clinicians have kept off public medical facilities, arguing that this will continue until their demands are fully addressed.
Stephen Zioka with that story.
Makueni is among the 4 counties of Vihiga, Marsabit and Kitui, where clinical officers are still on strike, even after the national strike was called off.
Tunashukuru kwamba gavana aliyekuwepo alitenda haki na kaajiri watu katika kandarasi za kudumu, kila mmoja, hakuacha hata mmoja katika kandarasi duni. Leo hii huyu gavana aliyekuja ambaye ni Mtula Kilonzo, ambaye ni mwanasheria, amekiuka sheria, anaandika watu chini ya vile ambavyo inakubalika kisheria.
Na naona maneno ambayo tunaongelelea kama ni kandarasi za kudumu. Tumeona watu wetu wa ECD teachers walipewa kandarasi za kudumu, na sinyinyi pia mko na wazazi. Sote tunaenda the same shops, same supermarkets.
Let the governor say whether he has provided any fund for promotion. He has not. Deliberately, he chose to ignore that and lie to us that it is the County Public Service Board, as if we have no brain to think what is supposed to be done.
The clinical officers presented their grievances to the Makueni County Public Service Board with heavy police presence. Their vote not to return to work further paralyzing the provision of medical health care.
This county of Makueni have denied us the right for medication because under the Labor Relations Act, the Employment Act, it provides or mandate the employer to provide a comprehensive medical cover sufficient enough to guarantee us medical cover. Whichever they are giving us, it is not commensurating with the requirement of the law.
Thursday, they took to the streets in Wote, demanding payment of their gratuity, as well as absorption of the CDC clinical officers who will be laid off April 19, following the U.S. President's move to cut funding to USAID.
They are very aware that we are currently in the process of settling gratuity, not just for clinical officers, but for nurses, for lab officers, for doctors, and for every healthcare worker in Makueni County. So as much as they are asking for that for their members, then we also need to make sure that the clinical officers, the nurses, and the lab officers receive their stipends as well.
The 3-month strike has paralyzed provision of services, but the health authorities have pledged to address their plight.
By the tail end of last year, we advertised an additional 407 vacancies. A good number of clinical officers have also applied. Those promotions are currently ongoing. There are some of those clinical officers who have been promoted. Some are still waiting. Some are still being interviewed even today as we speak.
Stephen Zioka, KTN, Makueni.